So I first found out I had MS in 1998. To cut a long story short, I was playing a lot of sport and I was having various issues, strange sensations in my feet, strange sensations in my eyes. It all felt a bit strange. I was getting pain in my stomach, so I went to various medical professionals, and after about 2 or 3 months they did various tests and told me that I had MS. At that point I was completely mobile and felt completely normal or healthy in inverted commas, but things have developed since after that. So in terms of things that I can and can't do because of MS, I mean MS affects all parts of the body and brain, so has a big effect physically and mentally. There are various things that I can't do. Very obviously I can't walk anymore because I'm a wheelchair user. I can't play a lot of sport because I can't stand and I don't have the balance or the dexterity. But I've been trying to maximise the things that I can do. So I go swimming, I use the BerkelBike, and I do sit-ups and press-ups and try and do as much stretching as I can. But walking is the main thing, and anything that causes lots of fatigue. So I first found out about the BerkelBike when I was looking for a way of maximising the amount of exercise I do. I was conscious that I was becoming quite lazy and suffering from more stiffness and spasticity and spasm, and I was looking for a way of using a bicycle because I was using an exercise bike in the gym, but finding that my feet were juddering and I was getting very fatigued and I was getting very frustrated. So I did some research online, found the bike, and then was lucky enough to go to a trade show where I bumped into the guys from BerkelBike and was able to sit on the bike and have a look at it, and then had a trial, and everything kind of moved from there. So in terms of how often I use the bike, I now use it every day, apart from when I'm not feeling very well. I recently had a flu and was unable to use it then, but I'll typically use it once a day, realistically for about 10 or 15 minutes in the morning or in the evening. I've got 2 young children, so I've got various other priorities, but I try and use it as much as possible. I'm careful not to overdo it, but if I were to take the bike outside, I could use it for up to a day. I've been with the family and we've been on a big cycle path alongside a river in France, and I've used it for 3 hours one way, we had lunch, and then 3 hours on the way back, stopping obviously in between. I've noticed lots of benefits from using the BerkelBike. In terms of mental benefits, it's good to feel you're achieving something and doing something. Gets all the endorphins going, particularly when you're outside and you're able to get about in nature and see, you know, the wonderful countryside of the UK and elsewhere. In terms of physical benefits, these have been really good. Stops the juddering in my feet, so I get a lot of spasm in my feet normally, but if I use the bike, the pressure of my feet going through the foot plate takes that off. I also suffer from less spasms and spasticity. Muscle stiffness is one of the worst symptoms for me. Basically makes me difficult to walk and stand, but by doing the exercise over time and building up gradually, it's enabled me to reduce the spasm and the spasticity. Also, my upper body is a lot stronger now. Both my arms and my chest are better. It's also good for core muscles and just getting a bit of movement in the legs. Obviously, as I'm a wheelchair user, I don't typically get enough movement in my legs, so having them going round on the bike is a real bonus. So as someone who's got a busy business and a busy family life, I don't always get a chance to take the bike outside. So I use the static trainer daily just as a fitness aid. So it's in my work office. I'll jump on the bike in the morning, strap myself in, and I'll do 20 minutes there. And there's various things that I do, so different training regimes. I'll do it with one arm or both arms, or try and do it without using my arms at all. Use it at various speeds and various gears. And so it's effectively like having a standard exercise bike in the home. It's very useful for that. I tried lots of options. None of them were as good, basically, as the BerkelBike. So in terms of why I chose the BerkelBike specifically, I like the fact that it had gears, so you could get up inclines. Various other products that I tried just wouldn't be feasible going up any kind of hill because it gave too much pressure on the arms. So because you can use your arms and legs, and I'm lucky that I still have some leg function, if you go in a particularly steep hill, you can use what little leg power that I have in conjunction with the arms to get up. It's comfortable. It was the sort of thing that I could sit on from day one and start using from day one. And since day one, I've got a lot better at using it, whereas other products were very hard to use and put a lot of pressure and stress on arms. So lots of benefits compared to, and I just thought it was the best product on the market for my needs. So in terms of telling other people with MS about the bike, I have already told a lot of people because I've had so many benefits from it really. I would say certainly give it a try, particularly if you're looking to get your legs moving, because once you've had MS for a certain amount of years, sometimes you get very little leg exercise, and this is one way of getting my legs moving every day. So certainly advise anyone should give it a try, particularly if they're suffering from spasms and spasticity, which can be really debilitating. It's well worth trying out, and particularly if you like getting outside but haven't been able to do so because your health has suffered. It's well worth trying. I use it to go out with my family, so it means that when they're going around on their normal bikes or walking, I can spend a day out with them without having to stay at home. So I'd highly recommend it. And I know a lot of people with MS already use the BerkelBike.